Everyone, I'm Steve Bowes-Phipps from PTS Consulting, and I'm a senior data center consultant. And I thought I'd give you brief information video on some of the things you could be doing as a data center provider or end user of a data center um, that perhaps would help you, hopefully in some way. Anyway, without further ado, let's launch straight into it. I've got seven points that I want to talk to you about. So let's go ahead with number one, which is around maintaining availability during a time when most data centers will be seeing a huge upturn in traffic and and demand due to a lot of home working and streaming services, etc. Online courses, you name it. So what is the one thing that comes up time and time again around data center availability or lack of it, shall we say? And it's human error. And if you want to really reduce human error, it's minimize change. Change in a data center can be devastating if it's not managed appropriately and correctly. And even if it is, there's still the opportunity for somebody to make a mistake or to put in place something that impacts the production environment that takes you some time to roll out. So minimize change. Maybe put a change freeze in for this particular period. That's what I would suggest. And you may go some way to minimizing any change-related outages that may occur as a result. Second point is around really understanding your business. And There's a trusted and tried exercise called operational risk assessment that you can go through. Um, the operational risk assessment framework is around firstly understanding what it is you need to provide as a business, what you have in place operationally to assist you in doing that, where you might have gaps um, around some of the controls and the measures that you would use to check that that's what you're actually doing, and then having strategies or tactics in place to either mitigate or eliminate any of the risks that have come out of this exercise. This can be tremendously informative and enlightening, actually. Really recommend that you do this, and you can make a big difference to the way that your organization can cope in situations such as these. Okay, the third thing I want to talk to you about is around maintaining a safe and healthy working environment for your staff in times of COVID-19 coronavirus. Particularly in commercial data centers, there tend to be hot seat areas, touchdown points, shared kitchenettes, which unfortunately are the places where the virus may be passed on from one person to another. You may want to consider closing those down at this particular time. Yes, there's going to be impact on people, so communicating why you're doing it, how long it's going to be for, is vital, and preparing people so that if they come to your site, that they bring their own food, drink, etc., or providing facilities for them to do so. But whatever it is you do, that might be a prudent measure. Number four is reviewing your disaster recovery plans. Now, you may or may not have those kinds of plans in place for your own organization. I hope you do. Um, but the important thing, particularly as a provider of services, is that you talk to all your vendors and your third parties who are also providing support for you, because you need to understand what challenges they may be going through. Do they have a disaster recovery plan in place? Do they understand the impact of a lack of resources on the services they deliver to you? Whether it's the cleaning company, whether it's security company, or whether it's hands and eyes in the data center. It is vital you understand what they're doing to maintain their services, so that if necessary, if you don't feel comfortable, you might think it prudent to set up an alternative supplier in case the worst happens. So that's reviewing DR plans for number four. Number five, this is around communication for your clients, your customers. It is really crucial for them to understand what it is that you're doing. You may want to initially do that by email. That's obviously a good medium to start with. Sometimes clients, would like a phone call, but I think at the very least you probably want to be considering putting up a status page on your customer portal or on your website, and keeping that regularly updated as to how you're addressing the issues based around the COVID-19 um, chaos, shall we say? that's ensuing, the restrictions and the travel restrictions, the restrictions on social and educational and work environments. Okay. Um, Number six is around your staff, your people, and even yourself. If your role, your jobs, or your staff jobs are around meeting people or going to businesses, visiting workplaces and sites, and you're no longer able to do that, um, and now's the time to look at all those jobs and tasks that you put off because you're too busy, and you can now get everything up to date. So whether it's working on your filing system to developing better materials, preparing industry insights, publishing blogs, articles, white papers, etc. You know, or even improving your skills. Going on online courses, particularly your staff, getting them to increase their skills and get everybody ready for the upswing that's inevitably going to happen once we come out the other side. Because a lot of plans are going to be put on hold for this period of time, and then there's going to be a massive rush to get things done. You want to be prepared, and you want to be ready for that rush when it comes. And the better prepared you are, the more likely you're going to benefit from it. And that leads me on to number seven, which is my last point I want to talk to you about today. And it's really a plea not to go making people redundant. Don't start firing people until you've really investigated what other opportunities there might be, in terms of either going to see what government help there might be, talking to suppliers about deferring payments, or whether it's uh, you getting paid quicker in order to support you, or filling out your pay pipeline. Whatever it is you do, try and keep those people employed for as long as you can. There's just several good reasons for that. I mean, one is that it shows leadership in the industry. It shows that you care about your staff. It shows you you're a place where people want to come and work because of that. And you invest in people for the longer period, and not just reacting to short, sharp shocks like this one. Secondly, is that as I said in number six, um, there is quite likely going to be a huge amount of work coming down the line. And I'm the chair of the workforce development and capability special interest group for the Data Center Alliance, and you know I'm constantly meeting with my colleagues and peers in the industry, and we're talking about how difficult it is to get people on board, the right kinds of skills, the right kinds of experience. And you know, do you want to exacerbate that problem for yourselves by getting rid of all those people who have that great knowledge of your organization? No, of course you don't. Because when that business improves, you want to be there taking advantage of it. So make sure you hold on to people for as long as you can. Get whatever grants you can help, or loan deferrals, whatever it is you need, because this will subside. We will get through the other side, and you'll need those people, and you'll want to increase your business as well. So that's just some of my thoughts. So thanks very much for listening to me. I hope there's something in there for you. I'm happy for you to reach out to me. You should be able to find my profile on LinkedIn under PTS Consulting. So please do feel free to do that. Um, I'm sure that the Data Center Alliance will have their own section on this particularly critical time period, around COVID-19, and there'll be lots of interesting and informative stuff on there that you'll want to keep reviewing. So look out for that, because there'll be lots of people contributing to that information, who have also very great insight into how we can make the best of the situation we're currently in. And be positive, and I hope you and your business stay healthy. And yeah, thanks very much for listening to me. That's very much appreciated. Thank you.